This is it. Final day. Getting up, getting ready. John's in the shower. Here's our sweet motel room. And unfortunately, everything is booked. Our idea in our head was go to Port Orford, hit the beach, get a sweet hotel or a motel or some place to sleep, and like drink a beach cocktail into the evening. Unfortunately, there's nothing available in Port Orford. I think we'd have to go way south, and so I'm not sure what we're gonna do. But we are gonna do the last bit of the tat and hit the beach. That's the plan. All right, we're just headed away from Canyonville, Oregon. Got a good rest. We didn't even go get food last night. We just cooked some stinky camp food in the room. Excuse me. And if you find yourself at a unnamed motel in Canyonville, lubing up your chain at 6 a.m. on a Saturday morning, you might see what I saw, which was first a lady dressed in a way that was unexpected for a Saturday at 6 a.m. came out of the lobby and got in her car and sat in the driver's seat doing stuff on her phone. And then another woman came out also looking odd for a 6 a.m. Saturday morning. And she got in the car in the passenger seat, and on her way to the car she was talking on her phone saying, "Hey baby, where are you? I'll meet you for breakfast." So they were sitting in the car and I was waiting for him to drive away. And then this gigantic guy came out with a baseball cap on, who was like a cross between McDonald's Grimace and Lurch from the Munsters. And he somehow got into the back seat of this tiny car and like filled the entire back window. And he was carrying like 3 grocery bags and a tiny boom box. And in one of the grocery bags I could see peeking out was like a capped bottle of champagne, and who knows what else was in the grocery bags. And they finally drove away. But anyway, I spent the next few minutes playing out whatever weird scenario had gone on in that motel last night. And I'm pretty sure it was some sort of mini David Lynch movie. Sure they had fun, whatever they were doing. And then I was walking inside and I passed by Steve's bike. We didn't see Steve last night because we just like huddled down and got some stuff done and ate some food and drank some beer in the room, listened to music. But I was passing by his bike and I was thinking that it would be an exceptional idea to take all of our remaining Team CT125 decals and completely cover his bike with them. I thought that would be really, really funny until Steve saw it, and then I was trying to imagine which tool he would choose from his tool roll to murder me with. So I passed on that idea. It would have been really funny though. All his Port Orford pictures would have our decals all over his bike. Oh, that would be classic. Oh, I should have done it. But he really would murder me. No joke. And it's hard to outrun his bike on the CT125, so. Anyway, that was my morning. Had a nice cup of coffee and a fig bar. Packed it up and we're on the road. We struggled all night with what to do because what we had in mind was, what we pictured was that we get to the beach, dip the tires in the Pacific, celebrate a little bit there, do a little dance. I'm still gonna do a little dance. And then, you know, ideally drive 15 minutes to a crappy beachside motel and find a beachside bar and get a beach-style cocktail or 10 and just celebrate and reminisce about the trip, and then go to sleep and drive to Medford tomorrow. Unfortunately, I don't know what is going on in the world, but there is no hotel or motel or Airbnb or anything near Medford. I mean, near Port Orford. Nothing. So last night we were thinking, oh man, we're gonna have to backtrack on the Tat toward Medford, sleep on the ground again, and maybe have a warm beer to celebrate, which really was not what we had in mind for the last night, but whatever. So then I get up and there's like, I think my sister had read the ride report, and so she was searching at 4 a.m. in the morning for places, and she found there was one B&B like way far away, and it was just a little too romantic even for me and John. It wasn't meant for dusty bikers at all. I didn't want to soil their doilies. Oh, there's another record name. Soil their doilies. Oh, that's good. Oh my God. So, and then she found a place in Gold Beach that I didn't see, so I checked it, and it wasn't actually available, unfortunately. It was all booked up. It was called Jots Resort, and it looked pretty funny. So, whatever. Went to sleep, and we both fell asleep with the lights, all the lights just fully on. And got up this morning And then after I lubed up the chain, I went back to the room and started Googling again and found a place way south, like 80 miles, which, as you know, on these bikes is might as well be 300. And there was one room left with 2 beds, and we went back and forth on it for like half an hour, the pros and cons or whatever. The pros were, we don't have to think about it anymore today. We have a place to go. And that's a pretty big pro. And to backtrack on the TAT to get to Medford is, it's going to take us forever. So if we go south to this city, I think it's called Crescent City, that puts us near 199, which is a road we don't really want to drive on, but it'll probably take the same amount of time to drive south to the motel and then take that semi-highway to Medford. So that's kind of a wash. And honestly, there's something about finishing the TAT and then getting back on it going the opposite way that doesn't appeal to me for some reason. When I'm done with the TAT, I want to be done with the TAT. Not that I never want to see it again, but I don't want to see it right away. You know what I mean? So we sweated it out and I hit the book button. It was kind of expensive too, and the first review said, "The room smelt of piss." S-M-E-L-T. So I'm looking forward to that. Smelt. What is smelt spelled like that? Isn't that like a metal foundry sort of thing? Future Ange, get on that, man. What does it mean? Thanks, Future Ange. Helpful, as always. So anyway, that is what we're doing. We're locked in now. The room's paid for. It's not refundable. That's what's happening. We had hoped to get off to a very early start today. Like, the plan was to be out by 6, latest 7. We didn't really get going until just a bit before 8. We've got, I think, a total of 150 to get to the water. Something like that. And of course, that depends on what Sam has in store for us road-wise, or what mayhem and mishaps happen. So, that's 8 or 9 hours straight away. So when will we get there? 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. God, I hope we get there earlier than 5. And then we got to do our beach rituals. And then we have to drive a hellish 80 miles to get to the place, which is going to be at least 2 hours. Hey, donkey. So, I'm not sure how much cocktail drinking on the beach there's going to be, but I'm psyched we have a place to stay. I'm psyched we don't have to camp on the TAT going backwards. I'm not sure I could handle that. And I'm psyched to see what this last section is like, and I think we're about to start the dirt. Yep. This is the last first dirt of the morning. This is going to be a day filled with lasts. I don't know what to think about it. I'm riding so cautiously already because I'm thinking about the universe's narrowing funnel. And I just know she's going to be throwing stuff at us all day. I hope I'm wrong about that. I hope my whole theory about the narrowing funnel of the universe is hogwash. I welcome that. And I don't think we're actually on the tat yet. I think this is one of John's harebrained schemes to get us back on the tat without getting on the 5 freeway, which I'm all for that harebrained scheme. Look, I use toilet paper and paper towels and all manner of tree products. I mean, what are you going to do? But seeing what these logging companies do is pretty uncool. I think there's like laws though that like if they do this they have to replenish either here or somewhere else. I'm really not sure how that all works, but it's pretty nasty. It can't be good for like soil erosion and stuff like that too. But there's my toilet paper. Hello, universe funnel. I knew it. I knew it. Well played, universe. prosecuted. Okay, universe, you old son of a gun. I see you. So something happened back there at a gate that was closed. We took a look at Gaia, and every single road peters out to nothing. So we're figuring it out. That's what we're doing. But I see you, universe. I see you. I feel you. I respect you. See, look, they planted some trees. That's cool. This should be on the tap. Uh-oh. Oh, universe. What you got going on now? This looks interesting.
I can't tell which one's the road.
They both look sketch.
I'm gonna try this one. See that one.
Well, this isn't a tat road, but it sure could be. Just got a fantastic view on the spine of a mountain. And I think my 17-year-old is kind of getting serious with this guy. She's dating, and I think it's to that point where, like, we're gonna have to have him over for dinner and find out what he's all about. Give him the third degree. And I was remembering this one time I had this girlfriend in college, and we were gonna go to her parents' house for dinner, and it was my first time meeting them. And we got there. Her dad was a character. Let's just put it that way. He and I eventually became friends, and I actually got kicked out of the Alamo with him. That's a whole other story. He was a pretty wild old guy. But oh, I know people from Texas. I know it's a sacred place. I know. So I don't want to get into it. I don't want any comments about it. It happened. It's over. Let's leave it at that. Anyway, so we got there for dinner, and when we sat at the table to eat, I noticed that there was a 9mm pistol set as if it was a piece of silverware at his plate. No one said anything about it the entire time. It was not mentioned. It was not discussed. But the message was loud and clear. And at the time, you know, I was scared as shit of that guy. But it gave me a story that I have had the rest of my life. Just classic. And while I don't think a pistol on the table is appropriate in these times, I think I would be immediately arrested, probably, because I think the younger generation is slightly more sensitive, shall we say, in some ways. And definitely the parents of the younger generation are way more sensitive. So I don't think it would be a good idea. But there's got to be a way to give this guy a nice story that he can have for the rest of his life. Yeah, I went out with this girl one time in high school. We dated a few months. And her father, you know, I got to think of something good. I feel like I owe it to this kid. You know? I haven't thought of it yet, though. I'll let you know what I come up with if I think of it before this trip is over, which is today. That's putting a lot of pressure on me. So don't count on any results. And I was also just thinking about, I think before I said, instead of getting on the 5 freeway, that's what I should have said if I didn't. But I remember moving from Columbia, South Carolina to Los Angeles and just being freaked out by people saying the 10 freeway instead of, on the East Coast you'd say Highway 10 or something, right? And I fought that for so long. I would say get on the 10 freeway, or I would say get on Highway 10 and take that down to Highway 405. And people in California are like, why are you saying it like that? It's the 10 and the 405. Eventually I succumbed to the local traditions. And now I feel like if I cross a certain line headed west, I suddenly start saying the. But the 40, I don't know if that, do you say the 40? What are the rules on all this? Get on the 40. That doesn't sound right. Get on the 10, that sounds right. I don't think this is something Future Ange can even look up. Okay, did I mention that we are not even on the Tat yet? And already today, it has been semi-madness. This is a very technical road that's wearing me out. We're not even on the Tat yet. It's been quite a morning adventure already. I don't even want to get into how we got where we are now. But it's starting to warm up. It was freezing this morning. It's still chilly. But this is pleasant. I just hope it doesn't end in a wall. Because to backtrack what we've done would be unpleasant at best, and would mean that we get to Port Orford at 10 o'clock tonight. Oh, this is so steep. It's like doing push-ups. When you hit the brakes to slow down a little. I'm trying to use the engine, but when you hit the brakes, your elbows bend a little bit, and then you gotta push yourself back up. It's tiring. How can I think of a good stunt for my daughter's boyfriend when I'm doing this? It's not conducive. Oh, this looks better. Thank you. Damn. Oh. Right. future Ange, if you are able to see that lawnmower guy from before, you got a freeze frame on him and add some sort of music cue. He was like the coolest lawnmower person of all time. He had the cop shades and the black t-shirt, just mowing the lawn like a bad mofo. So freeze frame on him, maybe put like a little, you know, what am I trying to say? Like a star behind him or something, graphic star, and a music cue with a Shaft-like theme, you know, bad mofo lawnmower guy. That wasn't very Shaft-like, but you know what I mean. If it takes longer than 5 minutes, don't bother. I know I'm putting a lot of responsibilities on future Ange, and I don't mean to. Okay, we were on the Tat. That was an adventure-filled 30 miles, an hour and something, 15 minutes. But now we are officially back on the Tat. And I don't mind a little paved road for a little while, Sam, if you wanna hook us up with that. It's fine with me. Feels good in the sun. Yeah. Maybe we can make up some time on a paved road a little bit. Because that took longer than expected. Anyway, John just beeped to pull me over. Our comms aren't working right now because his battery's dead. So I've got it charging in my tank bag. But anyway, we realized that the last gas between here and Port Orford, we would have had to taken a left back there to head toward the freeway to get gas, which we didn't do. And we'd already gone about 9 miles. And you know, can you really go back the way you came? We decided no. So we think we have enough gas to get to Port Orford. We think. John thinks it's only 100 miles. If it's only 100 miles, I think we can do that on just the tank, what's in the tank. I've got some in the bladder. He's got some in his Rotopax thing. So I think we'll be fine unless ... whatever the universe throws at us. So the right thing to do would have been to go back and get gas. But that's not what we did. So onward to Port Orford and the Pacific Ocean. And hopefully the completion of a cross-country motorcycle trip on little baby bikes. Sam, dude. I feel like I was thanking Sam every day the first couple weeks. But man, let me get back on that. Sam is a national treasure. I'm completely serious about that. there's another dude who sells tracks. I don't know anything about him. I don't know if there's some kind of weirdness between the two of them. Sam was definitely first. I don't know what the story is. But all I'm saying is, if you're gonna do the Trans-American Trail, go with the original gangster. For real. He deserves the pittance that you're gonna pay for him, which is nothing compared to the work that went into setting this up. And he like updates them all the time. Yeah, Sam. Really amazing what that guy has done here. Impressive. I wonder if he'd do an interview like on Zoom or something for these videos. I bet he might. I really wish I'd gone by his house at a decent hour, but it was 7 a.m. on a Sunday and I didn't think he would appreciate me stopping by. A friend of his messaged me on ADV Rider the next day and he's like, dude, you should totally go. He didn't really know where I was, but he was like, you should totally go meet Sam. You'd love him, and he loves talking to tat riders. So I was kind of bummed that I didn't get to meet him. But I feel like I've met him anyway. Truly amazing what he's made here. You know, before I started this trip, I posted a long list of things I was worried about on ADV Rider, on our ride report before it was the ride report. And one of them was my age. I'm not a young man. I'm not an old man. I'm an old man. Never mind. I am an old man. I'm 53 years old. And, but anyway, that was within a list of a million other things like flat tires, breakdowns, blah blah blah. And someone commented, out of all the things I listed, they were like, yeah, your old body's gonna get really beat up. You should be worried about that. And it was totally depressing to see that. But I agreed. I mean, I thought it was gonna be true. But quite honestly, I feel pretty goddamn good. I mean, you know, I've been sore along the way from different things, but I feel like I've held up pretty well. I don't feel destroyed. I've been riding, you know, an average of 10 hours a day for 25 days. No days off. And I don't feel that bad. I feel like I can keep going. I don't want to keep going, but I could. I really could. Is this wrong? Oh! Did you hear that? I hadn't heard that in a long time. The dreaded transmission grind. John's been having it a little bit. It happens, it seems to happen. I'm not really sure. Could have just come down that road. It seems to happen when you have the throttle open a little bit and try to put it in gear. It just doesn't quite sync up. But anyway, like I was saying, I feel good. I feel really good. I've eaten like shit for the last 25 days. Just not a lot of fresh products. But I thought I would feel a lot worse right now. And I'm glad I don't. I'm not counting my ass in any of this. Although it's not that bad either, honestly. So that's a nice surprise. Some dudes that were like 64, 65 posted that they were going to try it. I think they said they were going to try it on CT125s. And I was like, go forth, brothers. Do it. Man, I hope I'm doing shit like that when I'm 65. But I feel like when I was 40, if I saw somebody doing it when they were 53, I would have been like, God damn it, I hope I'm doing shit like that when I'm 53. It's the luck of the draw, man. If you're lucky enough to stay healthy, you can keep doing shit. Just luck. I wish this road right here went all the way to Port Orford. This is awesome. You know Sam's not going to give us this lovely golf cart path all the way. I don't think so. Stopped for a water break and discussed how much we love this road. Definitely the best since the Fairy Tale Road, wherever that was. I mean, it's just so fun. Twisty, smooth, awesome. I know we're going to pay for this at some point. Yeah, plus the views are great. But man. And back there in the middle of the twisties, I was like, I am so bombing this road right now. I'm just flying. And I looked down, I was going 25 miles an hour. so much fun on this road, but then I remembered that the last time I was having this kind of fun was on those whoopties where I crashed. So I'm trying to be conservative because that mixed with the narrowing universe funnel, you know, just trying to be careful. Almost there, but it's still fun nonetheless. Oh, and that reminds me, my mom found the ride report somehow, and even though I'm an old dude, she still worries about me. And it's funny, we used to, I think I already mentioned this, but my band in the 90s, we had a road journal. This was before the invention of blogs. It just didn't exist yet. But I had a diary on the road that I'd post to a website. Actually, it wasn't just, you couldn't just post to a website. There was none of that. I had to email it to someone at the record company, I think, and they had a computer guy add it to the page. It was very complicated. But anyway, it's kind of the same as her reading that. All the gory details are in there. But anyway, she found the ride report and has been reading it. And so when I was explaining the whoopty crash, I started out with like, I laid there on my back and felt blood dripping from my mouth. Oh no, wait, that was just Gatorade. And it went on like that to try to get her. Is that mean or is it funny? It's mean for the first second and then it's funny. I think she'll agree. She'll probably know that that little section was just for her. And speaking of my mom, she's the coolest. And she has been working on writing this book for seriously 10 years. It's about this guy named Julian Levy, who is a gallery owner in New York. And he's kind of credited with bringing all the surrealists over, like Man Ray and Duchamp and like all those dudes. I think he was the first to show some of those people. But anyway, her and this other lady have been working on this book for a decade. And I think it's like, it's definitely over 1,000 pages. I don't know, it might be more than that. So now it's like there's volumes of it. And they're finally to the point where it's getting all laid out in the book format, and all the graphics and the images are being put in, and it's getting close. And she is psyched. I'm psyched. I mean, all that work finally coming to a close. It's a little bit more impressive than 25 days from NC to Port Orford. Well, we're off the magical road, but we're on to another magical road. Loving today, loving it so far, except for a couple parts. But I missed this turnoff. I thought it looked like a driveway to me. And so I kept going on the magical road. And then I realized I was off the track, so I'm coming down this. But John was ahead of me, so I don't know if he missed it too and kept going on the magical road, or if he's up here somewhere. And we have no comm system right now, so it's hard to tell what's up. If he missed this road and he's turning around, then I should wait for him. But if he didn't miss this road, hold on. Just hold on. Yes. But if he didn't miss this road, then he's ahead of me, and I should keep going. It's a bit of a dilemma, and I'm not sure what to do. So... wow, this is just like Oregon. This is what I imagined. Big, enormous trees, amazing forest. This is badass. Oh man. Other than the fact that I might have lost John forever, this is killer. Oh, Jesus. This is amazing. You gotta stop what you're doing, buy a motorcycle, or get on your motorcycle and come here right now. This is incredible. Digging it. Digging it. Alright, now if John had gotten on this right road, I feel sure he would have been sitting waiting for me before now. Unless he's just in the zone. Oh man, this is so awesome. So maybe he missed the turn too. He was ahead of me. He would have turned around and so I should wait for him for a while and see if he comes by. I think that's the decision. Because he definitely would have waited for me if he thought... I think he was ahead of me, wasn't he? Oh my god. Anyway, this is awesome. And here I await John for a while and see what happens. this connects with the magical road again. So that would probably be a better place to wait for John. Or maybe come across him waiting for me. Perhaps. Oh, look out! Damn. What was that? Chipmunk? Hey, I'm back on the I'm back on the magical road. No sign of John. When we don't have comms, there's like certain spots that we kind of wait for each other, like intersections or just, whatever. And haven't seen him. And so I wonder if he missed that section of dirt, turned around and went back to the section of dirt, and now I'm ahead of him, because I think he would have stopped by now somewhere just to check in and make sure we were both going the same way. So I'm not exactly sure what to do. Maybe he just bolted forward. I don't know. Seems unlikely. The only thing I can think is that one section that went off on dirt for a while is that we got mixed up there somehow. I guess I don't know what to do. I guess I just sit here for a second. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna sit here. Okay, the case of the missing Johnny Powell is solved. That's what happened. I turned around and stayed on the route, and he kept going down the magical road, turned around when I was on the dirt road, and went all the way back somewhere, like way back. And then I pulled over here and pulled out the cell phone and texted him, and then he called me, and so he's on his way here now. So that mystery's solved. The next mystery is now they've stopped doing it. There it is. Somebody's either having an argument or is having passionate love making. Not sure which. Look who's here.
You're live.
I'm alive, you're alive, all is well in the world.
Just a simple mix-up.
Simple mix-up. Is this not the best of the Tat?
It is.
It's amazing.
It's beautiful. The roads are great. That little section was so pretty.
Yeah, it's killer. Reunited. Is that Peaches and Herb? I don't know. Future Ange? Anyway, that was a minimal funnel narrowing situation. I'm glad we had cell service up there. Now we're back on track. Johnny Powell's got his T-Com charged a little bit.
guess I should test that and see if it works. Just checking. Word. It's working. The Snow White golf path is getting a little rougher, but it's still incredible up here. I know I say this every 2 days, but this is my favorite so far. It is just awesome. Back in the band days, I put a slogan on one of our t-shirts that was, "Life is pointless, be happy." And I think that's just a good way to look at it. I mean, there's no external meaning to life at all, right? It's just a random thing that we get to do. And it's up to us to like create meaning, whether that's a career that we can convince ourselves is important, or an artistic life, making stuff that we think means something. But it doesn't even have to be like grand things. Just any arbitrary, random, in this case, idiotic goal can give some meaning. You know? Finding a cool partner, having some cool kids. That's some good stuff right there. And then just some random dumb shit like this. That could be our last wrong turn of the trip. I'm so sad. I love making wrong turns. That's another thing I'm really good at. Shitting in the woods and making wrong turns. Those are my key skills. Top of the res. Sam has really outdone himself with this section. It is so fun. Not a lot of dirt, but I don't care. This road is so good. The weather's perfect. The temperature's perfect. Man. That's it though. That's all you have to do in life is find a way to survive, just make enough money to eat and sleep and whatever. And then figure out little ways to enjoy it. What else are you gonna do? One thing I've always been obsessed with too is that you only get one life. And so the decisions you make and the paths that you go on, you can't choose multiple. You gotta go one way or the other. And I think that's really sucky. Because what if you screw it up and you start down the wrong path, you waste a bunch of years? That's a bummer, man. Plus, everybody wants to do different things. Like if I was doing it over again, I think I might be appliance repairman. You know, they make really decent money. You're usually, you know, sort of out by yourself, driving around, fixing washers, something like that. But we chose to own our own businesses, and that has worked out great. But there's that saying, work 80 to avoid 40. And that's what we do. We work really hard so that we don't have to have a boss. Do you think it's going to be this all the way to the coast? I won't be sad. This is so great. Even my ass just called just to say hi. Not to complain, just to say, hey, what's up? Just thinking about you. My ass never calls without a complaint, so it's kind of nice. I really feel like I could do this every day for a year. I really do. So if anybody out there wants to sponsor me, just like the deal memo would be something like, I agree to give Angelo whatever money he wants to do whatever he wants. Any takers on that? But I also got to figure out a way to involve my wife. I saw two people on the Facebook, on the TAT Facebook group, and two people were attempting the TAT 2-up on a motorcycle. And I got to follow that. I think my wife would be down for it because she would love like the views and being in the weird places. It's just sitting on a motorcycle for 10 hours a day is probably not her cup of tea. But if we have that sponsorship, we could just drive. We could ride like 4 hours a day, and that's it. Just do the slow and steady thing. I think that Fig Bar Company is going to come through with a sponsorship like that. I'll promise to eat at least one smashed fig bar every single day for the rest of my life. Come on, Fig Bar Company. That's a great investment for you. Isn't it? Nice. Okay. Sam's got us on the dirt. It might have been the end of the magical road. That road was badass. Badass. I know there's got to be some sand and some Mars rover shit and some terrace gravel. There's got to be some. There's got to be some coming. But man, no kidding. What a great morning. And I think we're probably halfway to the coast, maybe. It's coming. But for now, I'm still attempting the Trans-America Trail on a Honda CT125. Little ugly home fry. What a motorcycle. Alright, you know I'm not a chicken counter. So I fully realize that an asteroid will hit right before we get to the beach. I know that. But I did want to give a few shout outs here before this is all over. And top of the list, first and foremost, is my insanely cool wife, Jennifer, who is so cool and quite hot, by the way. But I said this in the beginning of the trip, but I was sitting in bed watching Ed March, full hero worship and jealousy, and she could see it. And she's like, you should go do that. And that got the whole thing rolling. How cool! How cool of her. Yeah, if you need to go do something idiotic for 30 days, I'm for it. Oh, yeah. She's kick-ass. I mean, so kick-ass. Dealing with all the business stuff while I'm away and all that stuff. Amazing. So without her, none of this would ever happened. I never would have thought I could take a month to go do this. And my kick-ass kids, taking care of some of my chores while I'm away, and helping with the business stuff. Awesome. And right after those shout outs, Sam, man, I know I've said it throughout this trip, but god damn it, what a badass. Went out in the 80s, decided he did not like riding on highways, and mapped a route across America that he's updated all these years. I know I said it back when I passed his house, when I emailed him, but Sam, dude, you have truly written the great American novel with roads. Kudos to you, my brother. Damn. And then Brett, the guy who totally rescued me out in the boonies, Little Rock. Drove an hour, hooked up his trailer, drove an hour to come rescue me when I was having an extremely bad time. And talk about somebody who'd give you the shirt off their back. He gave me the tire off his bike, took the tire off his bike and gave it to me, and gave me another tire, and gave me an MSR bottle, and let me stay at his house, and gave me beers to drink. Him and his wife and the Casa del Wackos, I think is what they call their house. Man, I don't even know what to say. Just incredible luck for me that there's people like that out there. Holy cow. And Matt, same thing in Little Rock, took his lunch break to come out to Brett's to give me some tubes that I desperately needed. I mean, no way to pay people back, and they wouldn't let me, even if I tried. but man, thank you. And Pete at the Tat Shack set up a whole little place for Tat riders to sleep. Man, a fridge with beer? So cool. The shop in Tulsa, who totally hooked me up with a chain. Oh, Tom back in Little Rock at Cycle Gear hooked me up. What else? Oh, the Colorado passes. First of all, Steve, who we hooked up with to ride with, for all the push starts and just helping us getting across those passes. Oh man. Kevin, we think his name is Kevin, and his partner in the blue truck. God, I wish I had gotten their contact info or something, but you know, crisis mode, we weren't thinking. Took all of our luggage over the mountain, stacked it neatly in a secret spot that we somehow found. Oh, so cool. And Devin and Daniel in the 4Runner, I think it was a 4Runner, who's just totally saved our asses too. Found my side bag, took it all the way down the mountain. I don't even think they were going down the mountain, and they took it down there anyway just to help. Freaking awesome. The dudes in Arkansas, who I was going through these endless fields, hot as hell, waved me down, gave me some water. So nice. All the people at the gas stations who just like came over and shook their heads in disbelief. That's always good for a boost. And America, man, you are a hot mess, but you are beautiful. What a place we get to live in. God damn it. All the people who like stopped to give me directions. Ah, man. What a freaking trip. Oh, Topar Racing, Tony at Topar Racing hooked a brother up with the side rack fixing. Awesome. Joel, where was Joel? That wasn't long ago. Where the hell was that? Boise. Joel in Boise. What was that place called? Hogs and Rice? What a dude. Man. What am I forgetting? What am I forgetting? Oh, Gianni Powell for number one, providing mission control support on my first half of the trip when I was solo. Totally helped me out, and just for agreeing to this whole shenanigan. Oh, did we make a wrong turn? I guess we did. Oh, okay. I mean, he agreed to buy a motorcycle to do this trip, the CT125. And he thought this was a good idea. Classic. Classic. All the people on ADV Rider and the Facebook page who cheered us on. Sweet. Like I said, I'm not a chicken counter. It's not over yet. We got to get to the coast. Oh, my sister tried to take over mission control too. She was stalking us on ADV Rider and like trying to figure out where we'd be, giving hints for hotels. Got offers from old friends along the way, places to stay. So cool. So freaking cool. Hard to see, man, but this river down here is pretty amazing. The end is nigh. That entire section today was amazing. It's off to the right over there somewhere. I can smell it. So close. Little ugly home fry, you beast! How long's my blinker been on? You beast! You beautiful beast! Oh, I know who gets a shout out too. Ed freaking March and the Kiwi Groms. Full inspiration. Well, this is Port Orford, Mecca of the Trans-America Trail. That just ported? That just pointed to the port of Port Orford, which seems redundant, but this looks awfully familiar.
it all unfolding, I sat away, keep the dirt off of clean hands. I wasn't there, I wasn't there. Then I realized, then I realized, then I realized that someone is fine. Once I was undecided before I chose. I was set up and blinded. This isn't me. This isn't me. I had a fist, I had a notion. I started floating but was grounded for I got too high. I could never get you to say goodbye. Then I realized, then I realized, then I realized. Can I just saw myself in hell, then I would turn and bow and wave with my tied hands. Then I realized, then I realized, then I realized I've always been so slow. It's better than I realized. It's better now to realize. And now we've got no realize. Yes, I'm on his
Honda Twin Powers
Activate. Form of a tire spoon.
Shape of a Honda key.
I read ahead the crazy storyline. I get behind it if I can. The snow up there will probably never thaw. All that's buried safe for now. Didn't anybody see the storm? Doesn't anybody try to pry the planks from the floor, if it matters anymore? Covered that sky like a lamp with a thin red scarf. The devil left a note taped on the car. Sit back down, let's swing just a little bit more. The porch lights broke for good, and we'll be fine. Didn't anybody see the storm? Doesn't anybody try to pry the planks from the floor, if it matters anymore? I did, I don't, I will, I won't. This just dragged me down. I can't appreciate the chance. Let's leave one stone. Put a gun against a monologue. Force it round to match the way I always told it. Didn't anybody see the storm? Doesn't anybody try to pry the planks from the floor, if it matters anymore? I did, I don't, I will, I won't. This just dragged me
We did it!
You did it, Johnny pal.
Fist bump.
Fist. North Carolina, the Pacific, man. On a toy bike. That's crazy. Well, we made it. Holy crap, what a journey. So awesome. Drank a beer on the beach, took some pictures, touched a rock. I didn't know that was a thing, but John said it was, so we touched a rock. And that's it. There's no more forward to go. Insanity. This has been insane. I loved every freaking second of it. We completed the Transamerica Trail. Johnny Powell, what's next?
Next. Well, I think we should get the Royal Enfield Himalayan Stout and probably do the Smoky Mountain 500 in a couple weeks as soon as our butts heal up a little bit. I'd like to do that. And then the Mid-Atlantic Backroad Discovery Route, that's going to be fun. We can do that on the Royal Enfields too. And then, I don't know, I might want to do some mods to my DR650 and get it set up for like the TAT. Not do the TAT, just maybe go do the Utah Backroad Discovery Route and the Colorado BDR. And then I know we're talking about maybe selling these Hondas, but it would be cool to keep those and hang on to those because we could enter the Scooter Cannonball, and I think that'd be cool for Team CT125 to have an entry in the Scooter Cannonball coast to coast. Oh, and then there's the TET. I think it'd be cool. Maybe we can get like KTM Adventure 390s, and I got a friend that lives in Berlin. We can ship them to him. We can hang on.
What about the Ted on Shriner bikes wearing Fez hats?
Or that.